Welcome back everybody, Natsu here once again, and this time around we're gonna talk about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I was talking about in the leak video that I think Abbacchio can work in a fighting game. The thing is and it's kind of funny because I say, I might make a video, but I start noticing that people are like, oh cool, like this, you're the first one saying that it could be done. And the reason why, I understand why other people might say that it might not work, right? But in order for me to explain that, to be honest, let's explain what the stance does, first of all. Okay, so Moody Blues, that's the name of the stand of Abbacchio, in case you didn't know, right? What it does, in few words, is like, once the stance appears, or it gets summoned in this case, right? And Abbacchio say, hey, rewind to this certain time. So for example, let's say there are in a place, right? And he says, I want you to go back in time. Not back in time, rewind time. But the thing that's only getting rewind is the stand, and it's going to show what is happening. They cannot change the future nor anything. So the purpose of this stand, to be honest, more like a way for Araki, right, to have visuals and have clues so they can know what Diablo looks like or how to get to him. Like that was one of the big things. Sorry, spoiler alert, I guess. If you haven't seen it, I don't know, bro. It's in Netflix. Go and see it. So they needed to know who Diablos was, the real, who was in reality, right? And that stand with that ability will allow them to see the face of the person they're trying to get to kill, right? And because of that, if you think about it, so the Moody Blues used like a record player, like it cannot change the future, nor the past, nor the present. What I mean in recording, like he will only reenact what is seen, right? So, having said that, the issue is how do you make that, a character in a fighting game. Like his stand is not like Diablo, like King Crimson. He cannot erase time. It's not like the world, like he can stop time. So you're telling me that he's only like a old VHS, and I tell you yes, but. Like I said, he fought in certain battles that he was a key. So he has certain moves, like he has his ora type moves, like a punch barrage. But he was also a cop. Now, one of the things I will have done when he is normal, and maybe you can do this also when he has the stand out, for him to use a gun. Now, when I say a gun, I think more like a funny Palestine, like shoot, right? I don't want him to have any trick shots like whole horse or mista, because it wouldn't make sense. That is taking a little bit of liberty in that regard, because in the whole part he never showed like a pistol unless in the flashbacks. But yeah, also something that you need to know, Abbacchio is like a great fighter, but compared to Stan, he's not stronger than Stan. Now, one of the things is that people have been speculating like how he can do this and can do that. To be honest, I think the only liberty, like I said, is gonna go is the pistol part. I'm gonna try to go and stick to what is canon, right, or what is possible. So let's start off, right? If we don't want to put a gun, the next thing we're gonna do is there's a character in Mortal Kombat 11 called Jeras, and the gimmick of that character, one of his moves is like he can reverse time and move back, right? But the thing with that ability is that it will allow him to heal himself. Now, Abbacchio never does something like this, but I got the inspiration of seeing what is happening with that move, right, and make it so like something that will Abbacchio do. So instead of reversing time, because keep in mind when you're the character, the stand will reenact. So if let's say, right, and this is more like I would say like a small liberty, but it makes sense once you think about it the same way I do. You're in an arena, in a stage, fighting against X character, right? So by that scenario, right, and because they're fighting in different stages, let's take the liberty that since Moody Blues can, replay what is happening in the past, he will be able to replay the moves or the punches that somebody has done, right? He can also like and this is this is a big issue also, because he can do that only with people. Like if he tries to show the stand of the enemy, it won't show up. So, which kind of, now I think about it, doesn't make that much sense, but that's one of the issues of that stand, right? But let's put it this way: in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle, right? I remember that people were saying, "Oh, so weird seeing Jotaro only, not with the stand, throwing punches." So what I'm trying to say is, like, for example, when you are doing, like, for example, you call Star Platinum, right? And you do the ora, right? And you have the stand in front, right? Instead of having like a stand giving the punches for you, right? He will do like a small summon, and Moody Blues will change to the character that he's fighting against. So, for example, let's say he's fighting against Dio. So he will do the auto combo of Dio. That stand has Dio. So there's a character called Mukujin, right, from Tekken, and the gimmick of that character is that each round he will change fighting style, or the moveset, to be honest. So in one round he will be using the moveset of Hiyashi, in another round he will be using the moveset of Jin, right? So you can use something similar for Abbacchio. The difference is that he won't change each round because it wouldn't make sense. It won't be canon, right? And if we want to have a game that is super close to the canon, right, without breaking a lot of stuff, they make it so that he can only mimic the actions of the opponent. So like that, right? So I think that's the best way to go about it, besides, you know, putting a handgun in his hand and having that option, which I don't think nobody will cry about it, right? Another thing I will do is like putting like and this is also based in JoJo's, right? JoJo's has like he can like call a clone, right? And the clone will be behind the enemy, but he can teleport himself or change sizes, right? Sides, sorry, with a clone. Technically, you can do something like that with Abbacchio, but I wouldn't make it so that Abbacchio is the one getting teleport, because that's not canon. I will make it so that once the clone, Cody Fingers, will be the stand, in this case Moody Blues, right, will get activated and he can punch from the back. Now, I know there's another character that does that, to be honest, but that's something that they can do because technically he has done that in the past, right? Another thing that they can do is they can make it so, and this is going a little bit far because it can break, and will maybe be a little bit redundant. What I'm trying to say is, like, for example, let's say that he does X string, a string, right? That string has the Moody Blues is mimicking a different character, right? When make it so that there will be a follow-up, and make it so that once Moody Blues gives the hit, it will go and turn back in time, and it will go like teleport really quickly, and may allow you to do certain combos that won't be possible. Like, for example, let's say change a little bit the situation for a combo that, for example, let's say Jotaro does a combo, right? And that combo doesn't allow you to juggle afterwards because, you're in recovery, but making so that, Abbacchio can stop or call off his stand, right? He can negate that recovery and continue comboing, right? And that way it will make it interesting and cool, right? But anyways, I'm gonna end the video because there's nothing else to talk about this. So they need to be super creative with it. I think they will have a lot of fun, but I think also it will be a lot of headaches. So maybe trying to go this route, it will be not cost effective, but I think something like that could be done in the future, right? Anyways, let me know what you think about all this in the comments below. As always, like and subscribe, more content is coming up, and yeah, take care.